WBUR Podcast, Boston.
This is Up Next. I'm Tiziana Dearing. A new walking trail explores the rough perimeter of Boston in its entirety. The Boston Boundless Trail is more than 90 miles, and its route includes many surprises, one of which I set out to experience with the trail's designer, a man named Miles Howard. I met up with Miles on the shoulder of Brush Hill Road in Milton as traffic whipped past.
We're at the trailhead for a lesser-known pathway known as the Burma Road Trail, which runs in a really straight line through a bunch of wetlands and woods. And this road was actually supposed to be the route for the notorious I-95 connector that came close to cleaving Boston in half during the urban renewal era in the 1960s. And now that little piece of the lost highway is hidden in the woods back here.
The I-95 connector, also known as the Southwest Corridor. The plan would have thrust a new highway into the heart of Boston, obliterating Hyde Park, Jamaica Plain, and Roxbury, as well as parts of Canton. People in those communities put up a fight. They joined a movement called People Before Highways to resist the project, and they won. The state officially canceled it in 1972. We step onto the trail.
We're walking the rough route of where the I-95 connector would have run if it was built, ultimately.
So this beautiful green space on both sides of us. And hang on a second, just listen to these birds. All of this would have been highway.
Yeah, pretty much. We would have been ensconced in the sound of cars and just breathing in fumes if we were walking here in an alternative version of Boston history.
As we're talking, our engineer, Marquise, sees something moving in the woods.
Stretch, and I've heard the echo.
There's a deer. Oh, wow. Looking right at us.
The doe's head is just peeking out from a stand of trees. She takes a good, long look, and then she bounds off through the undergrowth. Later on, we see a turtle, covered in mud and clambering across the trail. Miles says it's possible to see all kinds of wildlife here, including muskrats and beavers.
I think that the most unusual type of wildlife you're likely to see centric to the Blue Hills, though, is rattlesnakes.
You're kidding.
Well, it's very, very rare, but there have been some confirmed sightings of these snakes around the Blue Hills over the last several years, but not in large numbers lately.
We all put thoughts of rattlesnakes out of our minds as we reach the final stretch of the trail. It's covered in tall grass and looks like we're the first people to walk there in a while. So all of a sudden we're in a clearing. Whoa!
Look below you.
Whoa! It's asphalt. This is the highway that never was.
I know.
I mean, it's completely grown over on the sides. You'd have to pay attention to understand that this is paved roadway under your feet.
It's very Planet of the Apes like in some ways. I mean, just the old world like reclaimed by nature out here.
We just came through dense woods. If the highway had continued beyond the place where our feet are standing, all of that would have been razed. All of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we take for granted in this day and age sometimes how much highways transform the landscape of the U.S. for worse in many cases, really. I mean, if this highway connector had been built, it would have cut Boston in half. It would have just plunged the city. Many of the cities, historically working-class, multiracial neighborhoods with just billowing emissions at all times. And it would have cut off neighborhoods from each other, too, as we've seen in plenty of other American cities. And the fact that the People Before Highways movement were able to mount successful resistance to that here, it was just a boon not only for community, but for the natural environments around here, too. And so standing on this lost highway, it's eerie every time right there to contemplate, how close Boston came to going over the edge of that abyss that many other cities went down into during the urban renewal era.
The Lost Highway is one leg of Miles Howard's new Boston Boundless Trail. He's hosting a guided hike of the Burma Road Trail tomorrow morning at 10. Find details at WBUR.org.